day, Team Telos take off. I'm Unsilent, and we're on the air with more Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic to the Sith Lords. That is Atris on the Hidden Academy in Telos.
Mistress, the last of the handmaidens is not among us.
She has left with the Exile.
Really? How'd I not notice that?
Left?
But why? Her oath.
Her reasons are unknown to me, but I fear she may no longer be trusted. We will save her if we can, but we must let her discover the Exile's nature for herself. Some evils must be confronted, and isolation from it would have been no defense.
It's episode number 20, last episode 19.
Well, now that we're off that Dejaric board of a planet, I say we burn sky until we see lines.
I said in the last episode, episode 19, we kind of figured the last of the handmaidens was worth a little more, attention than the rest of them, just because of how much emphasis they were putting on her, and she was talking a lot more than the rest of them. And it turns out she's wanting to partner up with us for some reason. Oh, well, we're gathering friends everywhere we go. Picked up Aten and over in Paragus, and we've picked up BioWare, and I guess the last of the handmaidens over on Telos, on Telos, on the ground of Telos. I was going to say, well, on Telos and Citadel Station, no, but they were both on the ground of Telos. So what's with T3? What are you talking about? Slow down. I didn't catch the first part. What did you did what while you were connected? All right, so slow down. And so you downloaded Atris's archives. I was hoping BioWare could do the translation for us. And HK47's kind of down and out over there.
What is the machine saying?
And see, he said there was a hollow record of my trial in Atris's records. There's a hollow record of the day I was exiled. If you have the hollow T3 plate, same thing over and over and over again.
We seem to have found it.
I know that line. It's very bright and shiny, and this was Telos before it all got nuked.
Do you know why we have called you here?
Let's see, you seem somewhat familiar, like you were from the last game. You look familiar. I came because I chose to. You've called me here to answer for my crimes in Malachor 5. Whatever your reasons, speak to me and let it go. I came because I chose to, not because you summoned me.
As Revan summoned you, so have you come full circle to return to the Jedi.
Why did you defy us? The Jedi are guardians of the peace, and have been for centuries. This call to war undermines all that we have worked for.
Is Revan your master now? Or is it the horror you wrought at Malachor that has caused you to see the truth at last?
State of that second to last dude's hair. Giant mustache. Big old bald top of his head. And really long hair down the sides. I mean, Jesus, the state of your hair, mate. Just shave it all off. I mean, you're doing like the brunette Hulk Hogan, really. I realized that following Revan to war was a violation of the Jedi Code, and I broke it. I know I defied the Council's wishes. If you seek to punish me, then get on with it. The truth is the Mandalorians had to be stopped, or countless more would have died. I like it's a hollow record, but even though I've answered a whole bunch of questions to Atris, I'm still allowed to answer this my own way. You were not at Malachor, you will never understand. The truth is that no Jedi should turn from war, they should embrace it. I'd slaughter every Mandalorian if I could. Except Malachor did it for me. Let's see, the truth is the Mandalorians had to be stopped.
You refused to hear us. You have shut us out. And so have shut yourself to the galaxy.
Brother.
We feel that your true understanding of what happened at Malachor 5 will only happen in time, and it cannot happen here, near the battlegrounds where you fought.
You are exiled, and you are a Jedi no longer.
There is one last thing. Your lightsaber. Surrender it to us.
Well, he knew this was coming. Although I would much prefer to have just flung it at his head.
Much defiance in that one.
You are correct, Kavar. When he was here, I felt it. It was as if he was not there, more like an echo.
Revan's influence has grown amongst the youngest of the Order. He speaks to their passions, not their sense. The war has touched them. Many of them have found themselves in the war against the Mandalorians.
It is as I feared. And I fear that we have played into the hands of the enemy.
We have not lost a Jedi this day. You felt it. He has lost himself. He is no Jedi. He walked Revan's path, but he was not strong enough.
I fear it is our teachings that may have led Revan to choose the path he did.
We are not the ones who taught him.
We take responsibility, Atris, not cast blame.
The choice of one was the choice of us all. Revan's teacher intended no harm, and Revan had many teachers since.
Yet they all stem from the same source. Her teachings violated the Jedi Code and lead all who listen to the dark side, as they did the Exile.
You are wrong. The dark side is not what I sensed in the Exile. Surely the rest of you felt it as well. That emptiness we felt. He has changed.
Whatever that wound was, it was of the dark side. We should not have let him depart. He will simply join Revan again, or perhaps worse.
What would you have done with him, Atris? Be mindful of your feelings. This is not Revan who stood before you. This one walks a different path.
No, although that may come in time. We let him go because we must. Where he travels, he carries his destination with him.
Malachor 5 should have been his grave. You saw it in his walk, and in the Force. It was as if he was already dead.
No, not death. Many battles remain for that one, if what we have seen is true. But the future is a shifting thing, and he cuts like a blade through it.
We should have told him the truth. A Jedi deserves to know.
No good would have come from it, even if what you believed was true. There's still the matter of Revan, and such truths could leave us vulnerable on two fronts.
Perhaps in many years, we will call him before us and explain what happened to him, and how he may be healed. Until then, he must accept his journey.
But he may never discover the truth, and he will never know why we cast him out.
And that is the future we must accept.
So wait, what the hell was that?
Those Jedi sure like their secrets, don't they?
Tell me about it. Those last few months after trial, I had no idea. Is that all there is? There must be more. So so they all knew what happened to me. They knew what happened to me. They all do. Uh-oh. What have you got, little buddy? Atris has a list of all the missing Jedi. Sure, display in a second. What else was in the archive? Yeah, what else was in the archive? I guess that's all that was in the archive was missing Jedi. Master Farouk is on Dantooine. Let's see. I can't even pronounce Master Hogan's name. He's on Onderon and Korriban. Why would Master Vash go to Korriban, which is the Sith homeworld? We found one of them, at least. I knew all those masters, although those Jedi were all on the council that exiled me. All those fools were there when I was sentenced.
A strange coincidence.
It is no coincidence. There is some larger plan at work here.
Oh.
And we are walking into it. This is too convenient to be anything but a trap.
Sorry, did anyone else see the last handmaiden out behind Kreia there in that last shot there? Maybe you guys noticed it before I did, but I just noticed it there. It's probably right around where the on-ramp is. Let's see. We have no choice. Those Jedi know what happened to me. And maybe we need their help against the Sith. Fine, then I say we go somewhere and hide. Honestly, that's not such a bad idea. Be that as maybe we may need their help against the Sith. Ah, now she shows herself.
Those are Atris's records you have stolen.
What the hell are you doing on our ship?
I have come to join you. I can help you against this threat.
Well, we don't want your help. Or any of your sisters.
If it comforts you to believe that, then so be it. But the enemies you face are many, and you will need all the help you can get. It is just me, and I am doing this against Atris's wishes, and those of my sisters.
Well, let's see, we don't need any help from Atris's servants. I'm taking it back to Telos. You're not welcome on the ship, so you've betrayed her. I find that hard to believe.
No, she speaks the truth. We will take this servant of Atris with us.
Okay, I guess we are taking her with us.
I tire of this. I will be in my chambers.
Yeah, me too. I'll be in my chambers. But since I don't have any, I guess I'll just go to the cockpit like I always do. If she's coming with us, she gets the cargo hold. Might remind her how fun it is to get locked up.
General.
The cargo hold is enough. I assure you, there is little I need. I will attend to myself.
Okay. Let's see. We're just a happy bunch, aren't we? Forget it. Atten, just take regular quarters. We have enough room. Don't let them bother you. You've just been through a lot. It's fine. Just stay out of the way. I know you're a spy for Atris, so watch yourself. Not only are those going to be your quarters, they'll be where you stay for the duration of your journey. Consider yourself under guard. Let's see. Just, don't let them bother you. We've been through a lot.
It is no matter. I am used to worse conditions. But thank you for your kindness.
The Handmaiden has joined your party. She has Ichani defense, which protects her against melee attacks, and is an excellent unarmed fighter. We also unlock the achievement Orphan White. Little pop culture reference there, I suppose.
General, is there a reason you don't carry a lightsaber anymore?
Did you see me shove it into the stone there? Oh, I was going to say, also, it's handy that they tell us that the Handmaiden is an unarmed fighter, so we don't have to equip her with weapons. I guess we could always equip her with a blaster if needs must, but... Let's see, Atris and the Council took it from me. Let's see, it was taken from me, they took it from me.
That's not your lightsaber anymore. That belonged to someone who served Revan in the wars, not the person you are now. You could build another one, if you wanted to, but you know that.
And why wouldn't I? I don't want anything of the Jedi. I'm not afraid of building a new lightsaber, if that's what you think.
I never said you were, but whatever the reason, you should put it behind you. I know this. A lightsaber is part of who you are. Without it, you're not complete.
Okay, so very well. To begin, there's some parts I'll need.
I think I can help you out there. I happen to know the parts you need.
By all means, because since when did you become an expert on lightsabers?
I spent a lot of time around Jedi during the war. None of them would let me take their lightsaber apart, but I did learn about their construction. We need a power cell, emitter matrix, lens and focusing crystal. Though I have to admit the crystal is beyond my means. Never did understand them. Those parts are fairly common, though a Jedi once told me that it's best if your lightsaber reflects you, and if it is constructed of things that identify it as your own. Just bring the parts to me before you get started building it. I'll make sure they're usable.
Well, I was going to say, I think we've got some bits...
The last time. No.
And what are you two arguing about?
Because you're programmed to force your opponent to go first, and nothing will convince me the computer doesn't cheat.
I'd love to know what they're on about.
Even if I didn't have to go first and somehow I didn't suspect you of counting cards, I still wouldn't play with a trash compactor.
Aww. I'm guessing they're playing card Pazak, probably.
Yeah? How many credits?
All I'm saying is that you've gone for a long time without a memory wipe. Most droids behave erratically under those circumstances. I know that, but I'm fixing everything else around here, so I may as well take a look at you too. What was that? That's what I'm talking about. That is not normal droid behavior.
Did he curse you out, Bayoder? Are you offended because the droid told you where you could stick your force pike? All right, what's going on?
I am not pushing you around. I just wanted to see if there was anything I could do to upgrade your functionality.
Sounds like a good idea. Don't worry, BioWare probably knows what he's doing. Worst comes to worst, it's not like we can't pick up another utility droid. Don't worry, BioWare probably knows what he's doing. Not what T3 wanted to hear, I guess.
Thanks for the vote of confidence. Good. Now let's get started. You wouldn't guess it from the outside, but it looks like you've been through a lot. Not bad. I'm all done with you. If anything comes loose, let me know and I'll put it back in place.
He's received a permanent +2 to his constitution. Alright, go BioWare. New journal entry added. I don't ever look through the journal entries. We could craft a lightsaber, okay. The Lost Jedi, which is what we were worrying about earlier. High stakes. Hera told you about Romana, a Twi'lek owned by... Oh yeah, we never did finish that. Yeah, maybe we could go have a chat with whoever that was a little later on. Now, I know we've got some bits and pieces for the lightsaber. Maybe we could chat.
General, need something?
Maybe we could chat with BioWare about that. What have we been doing since the war ended? How about we start there?
I moved around for a couple years. Working as a starship mechanic got me from place to place. I wasn't ready to settle down after the war.
During my exile, did the same thing. Why did you move around so much?
As long as I kept moving, I didn't have to think about what happened. Know what I mean?
Yeah, kinda. Just a bit.
I'm sure you do. I decided I'd do something constructive. I wanted to make up for the things I'd done in the war. I wanted to design planetary shields, but there weren't many systems with the credits to spare. There was more that needed to be rebuilt and protected. I found out that Telos was going to be the flagship project for the Republic, and it sounded like something good. I saw Telos before the Sith raised it. It deserved a better fate. But Zerka ruined everything. I thought I could force Zerka out on my own, but I guess I can't fix everything myself.
See, I think taking on Zerka single-handedly might be a little out of your league. It's good to have you back.
It's good to be working with you again, General. Something else I can help you with?
Let's see. Do I have all the lightsaber parts I'll need?
Let me see what you have. No, you're still missing an emitter matrix and lens. Something else I can help you with?
Alright, no, we're good. So we need the emitter matrix and the lens. Those are the last two pieces that we need. I guess the handmaiden didn't take up residence here. Oh yeah, that's right. We have another bit for HK-47 that we stole from one of those HK units that attacked us on Telos. We've installed the control cluster. So that is what, half of the way there. I think we need 2 more pieces. Let's see. It's might say in the journal. So we need the chassis and the processor. I think I've talked about it before, where the chassis is basically this entirety. Maybe not the bodywork, but all the internal, like the spine there would be part of the chassis, and like sort of hip bones, not the outer plating, but sort of the sort of skeletal structure that it all hangs on. Meanwhile, all the scaffolding is still up. They could have, they stole my ship. They could have at least tried to fix it up a little bit. Hi, T3. Still don't look like you're doing so hot. Let's see. What's wrong with the astrogation system? That's a good question. Okay. Never mind. Other questions. Let's see. Where's the repair? Oh, do you mind if I, you look like you're in need of some routine maintenance? If we're going to do influence check, let's tackle the main chassis first. See if it works. If we're going to do influence checks, you may as well, try repairing him. That'll help gain influence. I'm guessing that's a +1 to Constitution. What do you mean I faced out there for a second and you were shut down? Glazed look, what are you talking about? I think the first time we repaired him, we got this, same conversation with him. Mind if I tried to upgrade your memory core again? Let's see. Let me take a look. Try the top one this time as opposed to the bottom one. Well, that worked. So we know we have to put points into computer and repair still if we're going to keep upgrading. If we're going to keep upgrading T3, and presumably if we're going to put back together and then fix up the HK unit. Blank, look what me does. I was just working on you this whole time. So I wonder what... There's got to be a story behind all that. Because otherwise they wouldn't keep bringing up that I get this blank look on my face every time I try repairing T3. There's the handmaiden here. We can have a chat with her.
Yes?
What are you doing?
I am training, so that if danger should strike, my body and my reflexes will be prepared. That, and I had forgotten how long hyperspace travel can be. If I do not have something to focus my attention on, I fear my sanity will erode as well.
Well, we haven't exactly set course, and you always play Pazak with that. No, what does she think of that, then?
What do you mean, Pazak? What, again?
No, I do not trust him.
I kind of get that feeling. I don't think anyone here trusts each other.
That is untrue. You and the Iridonian trust each other. Or at least the Iridonian trusts you. We heard much of the Iridonian when we served Atris. Atris believed that the Iridonian held the knowledge to restoring Telos.
Okay, so... That's interesting.
Yes. His skill with machines is something beyond which most can aspire to. His shield technology surpasses the designs of even the most skilled of Echani power architects. I do not realize if you know what it means to have such a one respect and follow you. The Iridonian allied himself with no one on the entire world of Telos, yet he will follow you at the risk of his life. His stance, in many ways, mirrors yours. Where he walks, he carries a world upon his shoulders, and like you, I do not know if he has ever faced it.
I'm not sure if that makes any sense. It kind of got a little lost in the poetry there. So, it's not your concern. How about that?
Very well. I did not mean to bring up painful memories. Forgive me.
Don't apologize. It was a long time ago. It's just difficult to describe to someone who's there. Yeah, just difficult to describe to someone who wasn't there.
The Mandalorian Wars were like that for many. Many returned, who could not tell of their experiences in a way that could bring meaning to them.
Alright, anyway, other questions? Did Atris ever mention me? I wanted to ask you about Atris. Why do you look different than your sisters? The reason you were called the last of the handmaidens. Do you have a name? Do you have a name?
Before entering Atris's service, yes, I carried a name, as all the children of the Echani do.
What was it then?
It is not important. My title and rank is of consequence, not my name. I take value in Atris's service, not in myself.
Well, that's kind of... I was going to say, as do all slaves, but if you have no value to anyone in Atris, you have no value to me. Wow, that's mean. You should take some value in yourself as well.
We all have value in our oaths to others, and the promises we make. When we make that pledge, we are pledging ourselves to something greater. When importance is placed on the self, then by such acts, the galaxy is unmade.
Wow, you've been broken. Jeez, yeah, you've been completely broken by some warped-ass Jedi teachings. Let's see. Is there some truth in what you say? Is that your judgment of me? Are you making some comment about me turning from the Jedi Code? Do you think I lost myself and I but disobeyed the Jedi? Are you making some comment about me turning from the Jedi Code?
Nothing except that which you have interpreted.
So then we're going to just be direct about it.
I do not know. That is a question you must ask yourself.
All right. Never mind. I'm just going to go now. I got light side points for that, really? And we're right back up to even in this episode. Who haven't we had a chat with yet? Ah, yes, Kreia.
How many more do we intend to gather to us? This ship is not the galaxy. There is only so much room.
Oh, she's out of the way. Let's see. As many as I want to come with us and help us is not as many as I need, or only as many as I need, and only as many as will sacrifice themselves to me. It's not my fault if they follow me.
Is it? Perhaps you are wrong. They will follow you because you are a leader. Their kind always needs such, even when the figure deserves no such obedience.
So just some people are born followers. Unfortunately for you, you seem to attract them. What makes you think they obey me?
Because I am not blind, that is why. I see what they see, hear their voices when they speak to you, and notice the change when they speak to others.
No, you don't see what they see. Because you don't have eyes. We've noticed this in the past. Does the fact they obey me upset? Why are you angry? How do you know that? Why are you angry?
I know many things, and I know what I am not. I am no leader. I speak with a voice that will never move others. I speak with a passion that goes unheard. They obey you because you are a leader, and perhaps something more. Have you noticed what has been happening? Have you felt it in them?
No, is there an awakening? Have I felt it? No, what?
They echo you, either fighting or surrendering to their feelings, their loyalty, their duty. Your mere presence serves as an example to them of something to uphold or something to fight against. Watch them carefully, see their patterns, and recognize the strength in it. Influence can be a weapon, one that you may need before your journey is done.
I can see what she's saying, since we had Atten mention a couple episodes ago that, he just went on the offensive because I did, so I can see her point.
Good, and then act upon it. It is a powerful tool to motivate others. That was Revan's way, I believe. It was a strength.
Okay. Yeah, what do you mean?
Have you never asked yourself how Revan took the Republic and Jedi beneath him, how he made them his?
I'm guessing he was a powerful president. There was little one did not believe when he spoke it with conviction.
Ah, but to make officers turn on their own people, to bomb innocent worlds, to make pacts. Strong influence, indeed. And where did these Sith teachings come from? And why did Revan embrace them so strongly? So many questions, yet the answers are few.
That's why Drew Karpyshyn's Star Wars The Old Republic Darth Revan book is on my Amazon and Audible wish lists, so I can learn a little more about this, but right now I'm still going through Darth Bane, The Last One, Dynasty of Evil. I think I mentioned that on a previous episode, actually. Let's see, so where did the teachings come from? Why did Revan embrace them so strongly? Let's see, I thought the teaching of the Sith came from Korriban.
Oh, did they? No. Revan met no Sith empire, yet he learned their teachings. Many have mistaken the soldiers beneath Revan, the machines that were constructed to be the Sith. They are wrong. The Sith is a belief, and what Revan formed was not an empire, but something else. Yet how he did it is curious. And I suspect the answer to that question is tied to another. How was Revan able to corrupt so many so quickly?
I kind of feel as though they probably, somebody at Obsidian called up BioWare and said, can you explain XYZ to us? And it just feels like Drew got back to them and it's just like, screw it, explain it yourself. That's half the fun of it. Do you have any ideas? I had other questions. Let's see. Do you have any ideas of how they were able to corrupt so many so quickly?
Not a one. But we shall see where our journey takes us, I think, and see how many answers we come across, yes?
Okay. Other questions?
Ask, and I will answer.
Let's see. You don't seem to like the Handmaiden lie. What's wrong with your eyes? Kreia, what are you, a Jedi, a Sith? Do you know Atris at all? Questions about how Revan amassed such a huge force that faced the Republic. Do you know Revan? Why don't you like the Handmaiden?
There are countless reasons, and I have neither the time nor the patience to list them all.
Such a friendly folk isn't Kreia. She offered to help us, so let's see. Perhaps we should stop talking about it and simply eliminate her. Let's see. Let's just kind of dance around this.
Ask, and I will answer.
Not a fan of it. What's wrong with your eyes? She's got the Kanan Jarrus eyes going on. If you're a fan of Star Wars Rebels, you know what I mean. What are you, a Jedi, a Sith? She might wipe our head off if we ask her about her eyes. Let's just go to Jedi or Sith. Like, that'll make it better.
Does it matter? Of course it does. Such titles allow you to break the galaxy into light and dark, categorize it. Perhaps I am neither, and I hold both as what they are, pieces of a whole. Know that I am your teacher, and that is enough.
Then what were you? So basically call her out on just dancing around the question. So then what were you? I want some answers, not more cryptic words. I'm going to assume that picking the intelligence option is what's going to get us an actual answer, as opposed to just trying to spin us around and not answer the question.
What do you wish to hear? That I once believed in the code of the Jedi? That I felt the call of the Sith? That perhaps once I held the galaxy by its throat? That for every good work that I did, I brought equal harm upon the galaxy? That perhaps what the greatest of the Sith Lords knew of evil they learned from me? What would it matter now? There is only so much comfort in knowing such things, and it is not who I am now.
Wait, what? That escalated quickly. Okay. Didn't answer the question, but it sure got intense. So what is the story? What is going on? We're getting cutscene, that's unusual.
There are dark places in the galaxy where few tread, ancient centers of learning, of knowledge, but I did not walk alone. To be united by hatred is a fragile alliance at best.
Oh, that's our friend Darth Sion. We've met before.
But my will was not law. There were disagreements, ambition, and hunger for power.
And she's got a red lightsaber. And there's a pretty big...
There are techniques within the Force against which there is no defense.
What are those techniques? Oh, like slamming someone's face into a pillar and then pounding them mercilessly?
I was cast down, stripped of my power, exiled. I suffered indignities and fell into darkness. Learn from me, my mistakes, and use that knowledge to become greater than I. That is all I ask of you, and that is all I desire. In you all my hopes rest, for the future, for the Force.
Are we... That is... I need more than that, Kreia. That is not sufficient. Are we just going to ignore the part where we just saw a cutscene where she explained she was, like, a Sith Lord? Are we just going to ignore that? Are we just going to... We really? We're going to just kind of gloss over that? That seemed like a pretty big revelation there. Although it explains the history that Sion and Kreia alluded to back on Paragus. I'm trying to remember what it was. It was like something to the effect of that Kreia used to be Sion's master. But that could have just as well have been like when before Sion fell from the Jedi, he could have been a Jedi. No, apparently they were all teammates in the Sith, and now Kreia is no longer part of it, and now there are but two. Well, no, there are three. Because Kreia said that there were three. And one was the Lord of Betrayals. One was the Lord of Hunger, one was the Lord of Pain, and one was the Lord of Betrayals. So there's three, so we still don't know who the Lord of Betrayal is. Unless one of those two is the Lord. No, I think that we had mentioned... Yeah, she didn't talk about the Lord of Betrayal. We know that Sion is the Lord of Pain. And the fella with the mask... She mentioned Hunger with him in that cutscene. So I think he would be the Lord... He's either the Lord of Hunger or the Lord of Betrayal. Either way, we're still missing the third... Who's the third man? Is he the third man? I feel like it's a WCW angle. Who's the third member of the Outsiders? Who's the third member of the New World Order? We're still missing who the third one is. If Kreia got kicked out, she was the third one at one point in time. And now she isn't. So, alright, so I need more than that, Kreia.
If it means so much to you, then this I swear to you upon my life, upon our lives, that when your training is complete, I will answer everything. There shall be no more shadows between us, only truth that exists between master and apprentice.
Alright, well then, I think I'll be going now. Really, I got dark side points for that. Because I learned that Kreia was a Sith Lord. And again, we've gone from like down here to up to here and back down again. Jesus. Learning a lot today, though. And the only one we haven't had a chat with yet today is Atten. I think we'll do that and we'll wrap up this episode of KOTOR 2. You know, you don't have to play with your gun. Besides, if that thing goes off while you're busy punching in on your keyboard, you're gonna put a hole in the cockpit, and then we're all well, I guess T3 can save us again, but we're all basically boned at that point.
Something up?
Can you teach me to play Pazak? Let's play Pazak. We've done this before. Oh, let's just play a quick game of Pazak.
Alright, but I'm out of credits, so it's Republic Senate rules.
Oh, so T3... It's, T3, took you to the cleaners then, I'm guessing.
That's where we waste a lot of... It's like
Yeah, let's just, let's do this, alright, let's go. So, it's just, yeah, I get the feeling Atten kind of likes playing Pazak, so... I'll just let him do his thing. Lets him burn one of his cards. We're fine. It's on 19, so we've got a little time to kill. Let's get another one down. We gotta take another one. Yeah, we can't do anything with that. Of course. Maybe he'll like us more if we let him win at Pazak repeatedly. Oh, for fuck's sake. Got our ass handed to us there.
Something up.
Questions for you.
What did you want to know?
Let's see, that's all we could do with him was Pazak.
Sounds good to me. I'll deal.
It's really not much it's not much to this episode if, all Atten's gonna want to do is play cards. Yeah, we'll stick on 22. We'd have to get 20 because he was on 20, so... Also, I'm very bad at Pazak. Oh, I'm not allowed to end on 21. I have to be below 21? That's not fair. 18. We can stick on 18. Actually, let's just play that one. God damn it. I think this game has it out for me. Is it kind of like the microscope game on, Oh, come on. No, it is definitely like the microscope game in The Seventh Guest, where based on your computing power, you have, it gets more difficult, right? So this is where we are here. Oh, that's Paragus. That's Telos, Citadel Station. Some other dots here that aren't filled in. I don't know if we are going to fill in. But there's Onderon, there's Dantooine, there's Korriban, and there's Nar Shaddaa that are all places that we can go to next to find the next of the Jedi who are missing. Not sure where I want to go to next. Definitely not Korriban, because Korriban is the home of the Sith. So if there's like, what is the absolute 100% worst place for us to go first? Well, it would be to a Sith stronghold. So let's not do that. Onderon, I think Onderon, I know from the Bane books. It's not Onderon itself, but it has a moon called Duxon, I believe, that is home to, I think there was a Sith temple that Bane visited on Duxon. So Onderon might also have a Sith presence. Nar Shaddaa, we know, is controlled by the Hutts. We visited that in other games in Star Wars. And that just leaves Dantooine, which was, well, where we really kind of got started in the last game. Because that is where the old Jedi Temple is. And in fact, if we are looking for parts to build a lightsaber, then perhaps Dantooine is the best place for us to go. Oh, by the way, I should mention this. I kind of omitted it over the last little bit. Not that we've needed to do any battles for like the last 3 episodes, but yes, I have been paying attention. I have noticed this. I changed that into ranged. I don't know whether I want to go with like stationary or Jedi support or aggressive. Maybe stationary seems like a good mid-ground. We can have a lot of folks do that. But since I'll probably be playing as the Exile myself for a good chunk of the rest of the game, I doubt I need to move off aggressive. I can just control myself as needed, and we'll worry about the rest as we go along. But I guess we'll worry about that next time on KOTOR 2, the Sith Lords. So we get to find out where we're going next, or decide where we're going next. I'm thinking Dantooine, probably Dantooine, before the Death Star comes by and they threaten to blow it up. But that's not for 4,000 years, so I think we'll be okay. Unless I turn into Darth Plagueis. Anyway, that's all the time we have for this time on KOTOR 2, the Sith Lords. So until the next time, I'm Unsilent. Thanks very much for joining me. Like the video if you liked it. Subscribe if you're new. Share on social media. Follow on social media. The social media handle is Unsilent on air, and this for Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and Tumblr. And don't forget, you can check out more KOTOR 2 in the playlist. It's on the screen and the description down below, and more videos anytime on the channel page. And until the next time, I'm Unsilent. Thanks very much for joining me. Like, share, subscribe, and we'll see you next time.